Hello everyone. How did the meeting go with Hank?
He seemed to be legitimate. What do you think, Leah?
Well, I had a contact in the police department run a background check. And Hank Fontaine has consistently lived at Scientology addresses since he was born. He has no credit or work history, which is fairly typical for people raised in the cult. It keeps them dependent upon the cult.
He seems to be legitimate, and we'll keep him in the lobby for now. We've thought up a couple of tasks for him to prove his loyalty.
Excuse me, Rose. My contact ran a deep check on Hank and his ID and they all check out. We also showed him our identifications, and he knows our real names. It might better serve us bringing him in closer rather than keeping him distant and making him feel like an outsider. He could actually cause us a lot of trouble now that he knows who we are.
Keep your friends close, and your enemies closer.
I admit, since his ID checked out, I'm totally comfortable bringing him in.
Treating him as an outsider puts us more at risk.
Even though his ID checks out, I still don't trust him.
Well, why not invite him into the inner circle, and have another inner circle he doesn't know about?
If we make any more inner circles, we are going to become Scientologists.
How many think we should invite Hank to become a full member of the group and give him access to the inner circle? Any objections?
Well, I don't trust him. But I don't know. I just have a feeling, and maybe I'm wrong. But I just don't trust him.
Well, can we invite him to the inner circle?
Sure, you can do what you want. I don't trust him either way.
We gave him a difficult and extreme task, to find a vampire on his own, when none of us had to jump through that hoop. If you had given me that assignment, I don't know if I would be here now.
I agree.
We need an egalitarian immigration policy. How would any of us have felt if we were repelled and excluded?
I would never come back.
Very well, when Hank arrives, we'll welcome him to our group and give him access to the inner circle with our biographies and communications.
Since you figured that out, I'll be leaving. Give me a call if you need anything.
Will do.
That's my camera alert.
Good afternoon.
Welcome, Hank.
I see two people bringing in a bunch of luggage. There are small bags and some big suitcases. Hi, Hank. We have a major development. Linda said the ministry was sending people over today, so I left a key card for the room under the mat. My cameras just now alerted me to movement in the room. Well, now there are 4 people in the room.
I say we head over there straight away and plan our attack from the room next door.
Yes, that sounds like a good course of action. Do you all agree?
Yes.
It looks like that vampire has struck again. Another sex offender was mauled to death by a wild animal.
Really? Where?
In Lake Charles, Louisiana. Looks like they're following the I-10.
It seems they are moving further away.
Keep your eye on them and post updates in the group. You've been promoted to the inner circle.
Did the ministry send out 4 ghouls? And what are we supposed to do with that?
Maybe they are hiding a vampire somewhere, or it's coming later.
We shouldn't just bust in and start attacking.
No, we should not. We have the room next door. We could throw a party and invite them to celebrate with us.
Maybe. We'll see what the others think.
I hope the ministry sent some vampires. My Clavus dagger is thirsty for some vampire blood.
Your bloody dagger makes a bloody mess.
I know, right? And you sure know how to cleave him and leave him. With your Viking hatchet.
I almost want to get hurt, so I can heal, with every chop, into their vampire flesh.
Yes!
Okay, listen up. This room is a mirror image of room 5. The video showed a man and a woman walking into the room with lots of luggage. Then, somehow there are 4 people in the room. I didn't see anyone go in or out.
There are 2 rather large suitcases that the first 2 brought in. It's possible they could have been hiding inside.
That's a possibility.
Mercy was smuggled in inside a giant crate. Looking at the video, these two look really odd, with their modest clothes and strange hair. I want to get a first-hand look at them with my glasses.
And I want to shake their hands. With my vampire detection ring.
How are we going to get access to them?
Everyone loves a party. We could invite them to celebrate with us.
We can knock on the door and barge in for the party.
No need to knock. I have an extra key card.
We'll go in, shaking hands, assuming that we all have a mutual friend, and we're going to surprise him.
Gary. His name is Gary, and it's his birthday.
Sounds good. Everyone have a weapon? Hank? Do you have one?
Yes, I have a telescoping baton.
Great. Let's go.
Surprise! Is Gary here yet?
He.
Hello there. We weren't expecting you until tonight. I'm Edgar, this is my companion Lenora. And the other two Eliza and Mark.
I'm Leah. It's a pleasure to meet you, Edgar. Shit, my ring buzzed. He's a vampire. But it's daylight.
What? Edgar and Lenora are glowing like vampires. But it's daylight. I'm texting everyone.
Pleasure to meet you, Lenora. She's one too. Excuse me.
Those gunshots are going to bring some heat.
Yeah, but it incapacitated these vamps. Help me decapitate them.
It'll be a pleasure.
I'm texting Chris, so he can come get these unconscious ghouls, and heal and take care of them.
Good idea.
What did I do?
What are we going to do?
Don't worry, I'll handle the police. Good afternoon, officer. What's going on?
Our shot spotter detection system triangulated gunfire to this location.
So you and your partner are here to investigate what sounded like gunfire.
Affirmative.
It appears you have a false alarm. I heard what I thought were gunshots, only to see two men cracking a bullwhip in the parking lot.
Yes, we've had false alarms from a jackhammer, a nail gun, and even a hammer. I am not surprised that a bullwhip would trigger a false alarm.
Thank you for being thorough in your work. Good day, Officer Connor.
Good day, citizen.
Chris, before you take these ghouls away, you've got some explaining to do. Why didn't you warn us about daytime vampires?
What?
Come clean, Chris. I've had enough of you not telling us everything.
But I thought they were a myth. The vampires say that thin bloods portend Gehenna.
What are thin bloods and what's Gehenna?
Thin bloods are vampires with weak blood. They have inferior disciplines, can't make a blood bond or a vampire, they can tolerate sunlight with little damage, some have even become parents to half-human offspring. Some will consume a vampire of a more powerful generation to gain those powers.
Vampire cannibals.
It's called diablerie. Anyway, the Camarilla forbids creating thin bloods, so permission to sire is usually denied to a vampire 12th generation or above. Superstitious vampires see them as an omen for Gehenna or the apocalypse. When the elder vampires awaken from their thousands of years torpor to eat all their descendants. There are also legends that if a thin blood kills his maker, he returns to being human, or that if one lives a moral life, he will become a human again. I believe these are fairy tales, like the wooden puppet Pinocchio becoming a boy.
Well, if you can think of anything else, don't keep it from us.
Excuse me, Chris, that thing caught me with its horrid tongue. Will you heal me? Thank you.
Hey Chris, we put those ghouls in your car.
Thanks, Danny, I'll take care of them, right away.
I've packed up the remains of the vampires. And will dispose of them properly.
I'll work on cleaning this place up.
Now that Chris healed me, I'm happy to help you, Leah.
Thanks.
Leah, I know a guy that can get you subsonic ammunition and a sound suppressor for your Sig Sauer. Does that interest you?
Yes, please.
Leah, why can't I see your cameras? You took them down. Wow, okay, you don't want any more incriminating evidence. 2 dead Satites. That's 12,000 Kansu dollars. How did this all happen? Wow, I wonder what the ministry is going to do next. And now we know what all the hunters look like, except for that mysterious Mr. Chris.